I have my glasses laid out. And then all these hats. Of course, most of what I'm bringing is black. Okay, outfit rundown. I know that most of y'all want to know about this, okay? This is old Balenciaga. Not like old, like pre-Demna old. Let's be real, okay? This is Demna Balenciaga. It's a little wrinkled here because I didn't know how to pack it, but it'll straighten out. But it's so fire. I just have it with these Bershka jeans and then these Balenciaga shoes. I got this old hat too. This is like 90s DHL. Like, I don't think they ever sold it. I don't know. And then these Balenciaga glasses and then like hella earrings.
I fully forgot to record any mention of the fact that I'm going to the Avenue Montaigne store. This is like the Balenciaga store in the world besides the Georges V couture store. I also got no clips of the exterior because I'm a really good YouTuber. Okay, well, I don't know. Here's a picture of me walking across Avenue Montaigne though, because yeah. First up, we have this really cool Paris gift shop set up in the Balenciaga store. Usually in Balenciaga, they put one of each item on a hanger, but here we had wristbands and trays, postcards and a little postcard stand, shirts that were just folded and put on a shelf. It's cool because it's a slight difference, but what they did mimicked a gift shop a little bit more than how Balenciaga normally looks. As for the items themselves, I think that these are really interesting purchases. If you have a hat like this, okay, which imitates the classic graffiti that somehow all of these cities carry when it comes to like tourism merch. When I was trying to find the inserts of these bags to put in the video, I knew what I was looking for, but I couldn't find any. These designs are so iconic, and what I ended up finding out after lots of research is that they come from a designer called Robin Ruth. Robin Ruth is the name of the daughter of a founder of this brand who has become so iconic for doing all of this tourism merchandise. You might recognize this hat design, other bag designs that I'm not really gonna get into, and of course the iconic graffiti. I bought a design that was very similar to this back in 2018, I think. It reminds me of like the Dangerous Woman tour stuff. It reminds me of Supreme. It's just very cool. I kind of have a similar taste to Demna in a sense where like I find a lot of like real world stuff that's not really intended to be fashiony kind of cool. So what I really like about this is that when he chose to do a more gift shop setup, instead of going for the more obvious graphics like I Heart Paris and stuff like that, he really went to where iconic but somewhat uncelebrated designs exist. And I think it's really cool that he referenced that with the Balenciaga. Of course, there's the added layer of coolness where it's like Balenciaga is this logo and this big name, you know? So to put it in that style of like cheap tourist hat from some random city, I think is really cool and a bit unexpected, but very fitting. I was gonna conclude the section here, but I didn't get footage of these things, so I'm just gonna have to zoom in. I wanted to talk about these. For those who don't know, cheap gift shops that you find all over the world for all these cities sell a very specific type of item. So like I said earlier, an I Heart Paris shirt, you know, other Paris looking things. This hat that says Paris on it is kind of like one of these staple graphics for Paris. Same thing with this backpack. This is so funny. This is on like hoodies. Like this is the design that everybody gets when they go to Paris and buy something that has the word Paris on it. I didn't get any close-up footage and I feel like an idiot because I feel like this is the most interesting part of the whole store for me right now. But like you can actually find like these exact bags at a Paris gift shop. So I think that's so cool. Another weird thing is the drinkware and the plates. These are things that for some reason you do just find in these places. I mean, I guess it's appealing to have a mug that says Paris when you live in New York, you know what I mean? But I just think it's funny that Balenciaga decided to recreate these specific items because Demna's presentation at Balenciaga is like his take on the world, not just on fashion or clothes. That same line of thinking I said before, but I mean, I really want you to see, so I paused the clip, is how the shirts are folded when normally they specifically lay one of each item out in the store on a hanger that says the brand's name on it. Just a simple little change will really do the thing. And the material of these bags, Balenciaga can do so many different types of bags, especially like a tote bag. They could do whatever they want, but they have to mimic the cheapness of a tourist shop. They've done other bags that are meant to mimic cheaper bags, but they have better quality and hold up over time. I don't know if these are like those, but I just find this whole idea so clever. It kind of reminds me of Virgil Abloh's 3% rule, I believe, where he says that like all you have to do is change something a little bit and it feels like you've invented this whole fun new concept. So that's really what I love about Demna and Virgil. So for me, I love Balenciaga stores. I follow the architect Nicholas, this guy, but I have to say this was the most interesting part of the store for me. Alright, now that it's been 400 years, we can move on. I saw some cool sunglasses, all of which I tried on in my Milan Fashion Week vlogs, which have been out for a while. Go check them out. And then I saw these bags and shoes, and I'm not the biggest fan of them. They're not really my style. They remind me of like, I don't know, Coach and like the 2000s and stuff, and they're from this show, which overall wasn't my favorite. But I do think it's cool to see Balenciaga just really dive into it and still adapt their own shapes and logos into that style. I saw all these wonderful chunky sneakers, which are so fire and very oversized, and all these beautiful sock heels, and I just love seeing all of the pieces up close. The graphics, the buttons. This is a dress that is made of zip up hoodies that all tie together and you can cinch them or uncinch them. A garment bag, top and skirt. This is a dress that just has a lot going on. This is a famous top that was in one of the shows that I've seen on so many people now, on so many magazines. But I headed upstairs to the menswear and I saw so many cool things. The store is still just so beautiful upstairs. It's just the coolest aesthetic. All of the Balenciaga stores have both this like gray metal vibe and then also this cement, which is a little off-white, a little yellowy, a little beige, but overall gray. And I find that it lets the either strong all black or the colors of the bombers and the denim stand out, while the store itself has a very dominating vibe, but at the same time it's not visually overwhelming. And I find that design to be extremely intentional and very sophisticated despite looking like it's just unfinished. This is a duotone bomber that has multiple sleeves on it. I like this trend that's been going around right now. I see it a lot in Vêtements, Margiela. I think it's great. I also saw the Keep Calm stuff from this show, the tribal stuff as well. This is a hoodie that on the back was a knit sweater, and I think that's just a really fun piece. It's very wearable, but it has something a little different. I also love that you could see Avenue Montaigne right there. Like, that was just so stunning. These shoes, not my fave. I saw some cool runway hats and then I saw this piercing super busy bag. I've been really into the piercing bags from Balenciaga as well as the hats and other accessories as well. Two things I've kind of been obsessed with for the past year are the different versions of the piercing Kaggle bag and then also this notched hat with the piercings in it. I really love the way that some people style the piercing items, and I really could see myself with like a piercing hat. And of course I would do like my all black style, but I think it could also merge easily into like green bomber, blue jeans, white shirt type of vibe. This super busy bag is already something that I really love. I have a Rome shopping vlog coming soon and I tried one on and I really loved how it looked. I never really considered buying one before, but I love it. And the piercing one is so fire. If you're a Demna fan, you just know that there are things from either Vêtements or Balenciaga that yes, maybe are signature pieces or maybe they're very unique, but there's a lot of things that are kind of like them, but there's just something special. This is one of those pieces. I had never seen these glasses before, and honestly, I really don't even know how to describe them. They're all like one piece of metal, I think. You can see the nose pads come from the nose bridge and just an extended piece of metal, and then the actual pads themselves are also just metal as opposed to plastic. And the lenses aren't really lenses. They're completely opaque. There's a couple different versions of these. These are called the Malibu round sunglasses. After filming this, I've tried on a couple of different colors and it's just really cool. They're extremely lightweight. They don't fold, I don't think. The lenses are opaque. The shape is really cool, but it's not like over dominating. Like, it's still very wearable. I would consider buying these. They're a bit pricey at $960, but they are a really cool and interesting piece. And this is that type of thing that like 5 or 10 years from now, or maybe when Demna is not with Balenciaga one day, these things are just gonna go under the radar, but they're incredibly cool and underrated for sure. These are the new staple sneakers. I love when a brand does a trillion of one thing, but all of the different versions give you options. If you're really drawn to chunky white sneakers and that's all you wear, you might as well have a lot of options to pick from. But more on the design of the actual sneaker, the staples provide the same piercing vibe without having to do piercings so many times. It's also fitting with the distressed store vibe, and they have a really strong curve from the 3/4 profile that I don't feel like a lot of the other chunky sneakers have. I would definitely wear these with denim, cargos, big black pants. I could easily see myself getting these. Next, I tried a rodeo. I've been in school and I've been really busy and I have not really even had the chance to try a rodeo. And oh my god, It is so stunning. I love that it looks like something, you know, a businesswoman in like the 80s could wear. It's also just very like boring, I guess. It reminds me of an Hermes bag, just a tiny bit. I don't know. I would love to wear it with like my big suit jacket. I think it's so fire. After this, I headed back downstairs, saw these stunning boots, and that's pretty much it. I hope you all enjoyed. This was shot in Paris on Avenue Montaigne. I've shown you Milan Fashion Week, and I still have to show you Rome and much more. Make sure to stick around. I'm giving you lots of videos very soon. And for the meantime, follow me on Instagram because I'm way more active there, and I also love DMing you guys. I'll see you next time.